I've been seeing these videos rolling around on YouTube about how to create a sanctuary home. And I got to thinking, you know what? I don't think creating a sanctuary home is what people think it is, especially women that have children, women that are homemakers and mothers, especially not if you're a Christian homemaker. So I wanted to do a rendition for those of us that have kids and are trying to build our homes in faith. There is a new player on the block when it comes to homemaker entertainment. There's a word I would like to use for it, but you might have children present, and if I use that word, it will get this video flagged, so I better not do that. But I think perhaps the best way to describe it would be homemaker fantasy culture, but let's be honest, it's all a performance. Now, sometimes a sanctuary home can look like this, all perfect, clean, and decorated, but sometimes it can also look like this. Or like this. It can even look like this. Here is the truth. The time has come for me to pull back the curtain a little bit and open up with you today with something I have been struggling with. For the last few months, I was starting to have a really hard time making videos for you here, with the exclusion of the fun, lighthearted, funny scenes and funny skits that I've been doing. I don't mean those. Those have been a blast to create. But with the rest of the videos, before each video, I would often break down in tears. I would set up my camera, fix my hair, arrange the shots, and I just felt so much pressure and anxiety and sadness. And a word that I think really describes it well would be kind of grimy. So why? Why would producing these beautiful videos that I tried to make me feel that way? I think it's because I had started to forget my calling, the reason God called me to this, the reason I started it all and had a heart to do this in the first place. You see, I had looked back at my analytics, and in the backside of YouTube, we all have analytics, and you can see the videos your audience watches. So I saw that, and I guess you could say I kind of compared what I was creating, and I told myself that the style of video that is perfect, pristine, slow living, romantic, homemaking, that this is what people want. This is what I have to make. So I started trying to recreate the slow living, perfectly aesthetic homemaking videos. And you know what? I'm still going to make the scenes and what I create for all of you as pretty as I can, because I like to an extent. But I'm starting to really see and feel like this whole homemaking fantasy culture is perhaps going a little bit too far. And I know that for myself, the more I tried to make videos along those lines and styles, the more I felt I was performing instead of ministering, pretending instead of teaching, decorating instead of discipling. And it hit me. I was feeding to an illusion machine, one that I don't even believe in. So here's the truth. I am not done romanticizing parts of my life that I'm able to and makes sense to, but I am done with the fantasy, and I will be turning more to the upbuilding of homemakers. I know a lot of the young ones prefer to watch the young homemakers that are creating fantasy culture, but I know I have a few of you here that want to see beyond that, want real soul food, want some experience and encouragement. And I know I have a lot of women my age, in my age range, that want to see more of that. And I know that I've got some older women here too. I definitely have a sanctuary home for this little guy. Yes, this is a goat. It is, at the time, a house goat. He's just a little baby. He's a little over newborn. He's only a slightly over a week old. My boys didn't want to get up and go down all the way to the goat pen to bottle feed him every 4 hours. But he's about to graduate to the great outdoors soon here. Anyways, before we go any further, I want to thank today's sponsor. Truly, without this sponsor and all of the sponsors in my videos, I wouldn't be able to make the videos that I make. Sponsors make it possible for me to create this content for you, which I absolutely appreciate and love being able to do. So thank you, Mary Ruth, for sponsoring and partnering with me today. Okay, so if you're wondering why my hair has been pulled back in a few of my videos lately and slightly over to the side, it's because I am officially back in my thinning hair era, and not by choice, of course, like anybody would choose that, but I ran out of Mary Ruth's Liquid Morning Multivitamin Plus Hair Growth. Wow. The thinning spot right in the front and center, yeah, right here, like a head, like, it started to creep back in. I had struggled with this spot for so long, and after just 1 month on this multivitamin, it filled in. My hairline looked fuller, it looked thicker for a while, and honestly, it looked so good, and I stopped obsessing over my hair and felt like, oh, hey, maybe there is life for hair after perimenopause. But 1 month off of this and boom, it started to show up again. And it wasn't just my hair either. I noticed all kinds of things, like my mental clarity started to drop. My energy was not quite what it was when I was on this. And my daughter, who has been taking the other flavor, well, she ran out too. And when she stopped taking hers, same thing for her. That's when we realized we are both just really depleted, and this has something that we need. Ladies, between motherhood, hormone changes, stress, and life, our bodies need more support than we think, because our food, it's not all in our food anymore. And this product was giving us exactly what we were not getting, obviously. When we ran out, we could both tell such a drastic difference. So here is why this formula works so well. It is a women's multivitamin designed to support daily wellness and hair growth, plus skin and nail health. It contains Listrivia, which is clinically shown to grow thicker, fuller hair in as little as 3 weeks, and yes, it works. Listrivia also reduces facial wrinkles, fine lines, and improves skin texture and smoothness, which I can attest to. It includes all 8 B vitamins, including 10,000 micrograms of biotin as magnesium biotinate, which is 40 times more soluble than regular biotin. You also get methylated folate, so your body actually absorbs and uses it. B vitamins are essential for skin health, energy levels, metabolism, circulation. By the way, I noticed a difference in my metabolism when I ran out too. But also B vitamins are important for neurochemical production, immune health, and so much more. Vitamin A, the vitamin A in here supports normal vision and cell reproduction. Vitamin D3, the same kind your body makes from sunlight, supports sleep and healthy stress levels. And the flavors, dragon fruit, melon, or peach mango, are both really good. So yes, my hair is up today, but not for long. I've got my bottle restocked and I'm getting back on track. So if you are feeling depleted, dragging, thinning hair, or just kind of off, this might be exactly what your body has been missing too. It's so good.
Consider giving the gift of wellness for the holidays. Mary Ruth's products are 30% off on their website using my discount code. Stock up before everything sells out. Or you can use my 20% off code on Amazon Mary Ruth's products and get ahead on your wellness goals before the new year. Inventory does move quickly through the holidays, so if you have a favorite, I recommend grabbing it now while everything is fully stocked.
Let's talk a little bit more about what it really means to create a sanctuary home, but also let's really take a closer look at this homemaker fantasy culture and what it's designed to do. What it is it's designed to stir up emotion, desire, longing, but not for your husband, not for your home, and not for your kids, and certainly not for God. It is a false ideal. It's a fantasy version of homemaking that looks perfect, feels intoxicating, but leaves women discontented, distracted, and spiritually drained. Everywhere you look online, you see these channels popping up. Lovely women dressed in $100 dresses, pristine magazine perfect homes, children dressed in linen and beautiful clothing that looks like it maybe was supposed to be reserved for Sundays or Easter. Twinkle lights perfectly strung across the mantle, and 50, 75, 100K kitchens. And sure, it is beautiful. But let's be honest, it's all also a performance. Now don't roast me, because I have twinkle lights too. But I guarantee you, some of these channels are spending hundreds of $1,000s a month to keep that image going. And behind the scenes, I can promise you it's another story. You see, I've tried to keep up with that content before. I've tried to emulate that. The emotional toll of doing that is heavy. And I can tell you from what I see, when you see all these videos like this, children are being made to perform for the camera. The moms are living under constant pressure to keep every corner perfect. In a home that's not really lived in, it is staged and is a stage. And yet it looks wonderful and successful and accomplishing because the views are astronomical, because women can't look away. We women are drawn into that, scrolling for hours, comparing, longing, wishing. And that's exactly the problem. These channels, they create homemaking illusions, and illusions are dangerous. They distort reality. They stir up emotions that make us crave a version of life that doesn't exist. Just as other forms of fantasy content benefit financially while destroying real lives, real desire, and create unrealistic expectations, these homemaking illusions, they're doing the same thing. Let's call it what it is. It's a trap, and it's a dopamine trap. A beautifully packaged lie. Because while beauty and joy are important, God himself created beauty, there is a difference between admiring beauty, creating beauty in our home, and worshiping perfection. When you start chasing that perfect home, that perfect image, that perfect kitchen, the perfect clothes, the perfectly polished children, it begins to rob you quietly and slowly and methodically. It steals your time, your focus, your joy, and ultimately your spiritual strength and growth. And it's not just a lifestyle, okay? It is a spiritual attack. Ephesians 6:2 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Ladies, this is war. Not against other homemakers, not against influencers, but against the enemy who wants you distracted, envious, tired, time-wasting, and discontented with your imperfect home, and too spiritually numb to notice that he's slowly stealing your peace. 1 Peter 5:8 reminds us, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour." And let me tell you, he's not prowling with obvious fangs and fire. He's prowling and captivates us women oftentimes through comparison, through envy, through that whisper in our mind that says, "You're not enough," through the quiet thought that your home doesn't measure up and your kids, they aren't well behaved enough, they're not polished enough, and you're falling behind. But here's the truth. You are not called to be a performer. You are called to be a keeper. That is such a fascinating phrase in scripture, keeper of the home. It doesn't mean a decorator. It doesn't mean a maid or just a housekeeper. Did you know that it includes the meaning of guardian? To guard something, of course, means to protect it. We are to guard our home's peace, our children's hearts, and our own hearts and mind. We are to guard them against envy, distraction, guard them against the subtle lies of comparison that creep in while we're scrolling and start whispering that our raw, real, beautiful life isn't good enough. Because this battle, it is both spiritual and practical. We're not just fighting messy counters and laundry piles. We're fighting for the heart of our home, for our focus, for our faith. So here's your reminder today. Your home doesn't need to look perfect. It needs you present. Your children don't need a mom who's performing. They need a mom who's authentically anchored in peace, anchored in purpose, anchored in the truth that God's version of homemaking isn't a show. It's a sacred calling. So how to truly create a sanctuary at home? So how do you do this? How do you actually make your home a sanctuary? It starts with creating order and systems that work, not ones that look good on camera or paper all the time, although paper can help, but it starts with creating systems that actually serve our family, not the other way around. A sanctuary home isn't sterile or flawless. It is alive. It is a space that feels safe, warm, welcoming, a place that radiates love and invites rest, a home where your children can grow, thrive, and yes, sometimes be messy. Because peace, it doesn't mean perfection. It means having the kind of order that allows life to flourish. It means creating rhythms that make room for both work and wonder, structure and spontaneity. 1 Corinthians 14:40 reminds us, "Let all things be done decently and in order." Order does matter to God. I mean, look at the way the universe is set up. It is the most orderly system you can find. But there is a beautiful rhythm. 1 Corinthians 14:40 reminds us, "Let all things be done decently and in order." Order matters to God. He is a God of peace, not confusion. So creating order in your home through routines, through organization, through intentional stewardship is not legalism. It is love in action. It's a reflection of his character. But Proverbs 14:4 reminds us of the other side. Where no oxen are, the manger is clean, but much increase comes by the strength of the ox. Perhaps you've heard me say this a million times on this channel. Forgive me if you have. In other words, if nothing is happening in the home, sure, it'll stay tidy. But if there's life, growth, creativity, and family, and learning happening, there will be messes. And that is okay. A little mess is often the evidence of much life. So when we're done making the mess, we clean it up. And we strive for balance. We strive for order that brings peace and grace that allows truth. Structure that supports, not suffocates. That's how we build a home that is truly a sanctuary, not a showpiece. but a shelter. Not a museum of perfection, but living, breathing testimony of God's goodness and peace. And this is why I created my masterclass. If this message spoke to your heart today, then I want to invite you to go deeper with me inside my free masterclass, 5 Steps to Overcome Overwhelm. In it, I will walk you through the same biblical and practical process that I use to bring order, peace, and joy back into our home without striving for perfection. You will learn how to reset your routines, rebuild your focus, and restore your peace through grace, not guilt. Because maybe you don't need a prettier home, you need a peaceful one. And when peace begins, we stop performing and start being present. If you're ready to reclaim your home as a haven of rest and a true sanctuary instead of a place of constant pressure, click the link below and join me in the masterclass. Let's trade burnout for balance, chaos for calm, and perfectionism for peace. Together we'll rediscover what God meant when He called us to be keepers of the home, not for show, but for His glory.
Creating a sanctuary home does not mean creating a magazine-perfect home. It means creating a home where people feel safe, where they are fed, where their needs are taken care of. These are just dishes for breakfast in our home, by the way. And sometimes creating a sanctuary home means a home where projects are happening, like my latest project.
I have been in the middle of making Christmas quilts for all 6 of my children. So that means this sewing mess is going to be out for a while, but it doesn't mean that I have an unkept home because of it. It means I have a project and I don't have anywhere else to put it. Here's the thing, mamas, having a well-kept home, having a home as a sanctuary, it doesn't always mean having a magazine perfect, picture perfect home. Sometimes it means a home that people live in and where projects are happening. And if you have a homeschool home, projects are pretty much happening all of the time. And projects can be messy. Anybody that tells you different or tries to portray you differently here on YouTube, they're lying. Projects are usually messy, especially when there are kids involved.